Hi, my name is Dylan Clark and welcome to this video where I'm going to be explaining what friction is in physics and in everyday life, and also an example of friction and how it affects our daily lives. To understand friction, you have to understand that friction is all around us. It's in everything. It's in my hand coming across this table right here, there's friction. It affects our movement. If you ever try to walk on ice, there's no friction, so you'll slip, sort of thing. So in our everyday life, there's friction. Well, friction, there are two types of friction: friction and kinetic friction. So friction itself is a force that is opposite to relative motion, so something that goes against motion. Kinetic friction is basically the same thing. It's just the friction between two systems, or two things. So the friction rubbing against the two things, that's what kinetic friction is. Another thing about friction is that it only works when an object is moving. Static friction does not actually act upon an object, therefore the name static friction. A common example for friction is that when you try and push a wooden crate along concrete, no matter how hard you push, because of the friction between the wood and the concrete, the crate's not really going to go anywhere. Another example that I like to use and how I learned about friction when I was little was I was in Cub Scouts, now in Boy Scouts, but when I was in Cub Scouts I did the Pinewood Derby, and once I would create my car design and make sure it's aerodynamic, I would sand down the bottom of my car, or Pinewood Derby car, where the wheels would go, so that the less friction, the faster you go. So the more time I spent sanding, the more opportunity I had to win. Thank you for listening to my very short video on what friction is and how it affects our lives, and a couple examples on friction. Thank you.